We're hiking into Peru's Colca Canyon to witness something truly ancient, the Andenes. These incredible agricultural terraces were already old when the Colosseum in Rome was in its prime. They predate much of the Great Wall of China as we know it today, and even iconic sites like Angkor Wat in Cambodia are younger than some of these Colca Canyon terraces.
This week, we've traveled across the planet to this incredibly remote region of Peru to descend almost a mile deep into this gargantuan canyon and explore these enduring feats of ancient engineering firsthand.
So we're in Cabanaconde. It's this really cool town that is about 5 hours north of Arequipa. It's one of many communities that have been in this canyon for over 1,500 years.
The reason that we're here is to hike the Colca Canyon Trail. The Colca Canyon's really impressive because it's 11,000 feet deep, making it almost twice as deep as the Grand Canyon. We hope that we're going to get to see some cool, unique communities along the way.
Do you want to come with us?
I don't think so.
I don't know if you can see behind me, but there's these like natural terraces, or well, not natural terraces. Yeah. They were built, some of them 1,500 years ago. You'll notice for dozens and dozens of miles along the canyon, the hundreds of steps of terraces going deep into the canyon on either side. And they were established by the pre-Inca civilizations that lived here and made those terraces for cultivating crops. And they had these really complex systems of irrigation. And they just look so incredibly cool. And we can't wait to check out more as we descend further into the canyon. We're going down to a town called San Juan de Chucho. Some of these communities have been established for like 1,500 years. Wow, this is just so incredibly deep. I haven't felt the scale of something like this since I've been to like the Grand Canyon. So I think we're hiking around here and way down the canyon, going over this alpine stream here, and then I think that's home for the night. And you can see all of those ancient like terraces that were built. And then the next day we'll be hiking out, and then there's a very apparently like lush green canyon behind this ridge here. It's kind of a little daunting looking at how deep that is, knowing that we're going to be hiking into that today.
Well, it's not so scary about hiking into it. I think it's
hiking out. Yeah, good call. Got our first glimpse at Sangalli.
That's where we're going to be spending the night on our second evening. The last day is going to be pretty steep. I don't think we've mentioned this. We're at pretty high elevation. We're starting at around 11,000 feet right now. And then so we're going down to, I don't know what that is, like 7,000, I think. Hiking like 4,000 feet of elevation in one day, plus the altitude is gonna be a little bit of a butt kicker, I think. I have like kind of a slight fear of heights, and I keep wondering how many people have fallen off and killed themselves.
Let's not think about that. Why are you thinking about that?
Because I have a fear of heights.
Look at this. There's like these terraces, these that were carved, these like flat terraces, hundreds of them that go all the way up the side of the canyon above this town. They're so old, they look like they've almost completely blended in to the side of the mountain again. And it's just so crazy to think that people carved these 1,000, 1,500 years ago.
I mean, the ones over above the town look like they go up for almost like 1,000 feet. It's just so cool to like walk through history, as cheesy as that sounds, but I love experiencing places like this.
I don't think I've ever hiked someplace so steep before. I mean, we are literally just doing switchbacks straight down the side of a cliff.
If you have a fear of heights like me, I would suggest not looking over the edge because fear of heights activated.
I'm really worried about our last day because this is steep and apparently it's supposed to be even steeper on the other side of the canyon. We're walking along this path to get to the city, and it's so cool to think that we're walking in between these rock walls that may have been constructed 1,000 years ago. Oh, my baby's so hot.
I do not do very well with hot.
No.
I'm a very hot houseflower. Hot houseflower? I don't know. I don't do well with extreme temperatures. I need like 60 degrees.
Look at how nice this place is. This might be the biggest bed. Can you lay down on this for scale? Look at how big this bed is. You could fit like 4 Jessicas on there.
We're a little low on cash, but you can pay with credit card here, which I think is probably not super common in these really small towns. So we can get a restaurant, we can have beer, we can have a hot shower, we can have a bed party.
Also, all of this was like $25 US, which is pretty amazing. This place just got a lot better.
So you can come visit us if you want.
Okay. Oh. This is the life. You ready for it? Wow.
Beer?
Gracias. Here, cheers. Today we're hiking for about 5 miles until we get to Sangalli, which is this like that beautiful tropical green paradise that we showed you from the top of the mountain yesterday. I think it's gonna be easier than yesterday was, and hopefully. We have a lot more water than we did yesterday, and we're starting earlier. It's pretty cool right now. I didn't know that I'd ever see one of these in nature. This is a blooming agave plant. After their lifespan, I think it's like 20 to 30 years, they use all of their energy to build this massive 20 to 30 foot stalk where their flowers are, and then they die.
I don't think we've ever seen a blooming agave before.
And we've already seen like 3 or 4.
What's confusing is there's a sign that looks like we're supposed to go up, but then somebody sort of like painted an arrow down. So we're not totally sure which way. We just saw a woman pass us that said that we could go either way, we think, but our Spanish is admittedly pretty terrible.
Yeah.
So
If we go up, it looks like we have to like climb about 1,000 feet.
So I think we're just gonna be lazy and go down, but that might be a terrible mistake.
We just passed a tour group and the guide stopped us and he's like, if you're going this way, be careful and only follow the orange signs.
It sounded kind of ominous, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the other pathway means. Maybe you just fall off a cliff.
We just found a first orange arrow, which makes me feel a little bit better. Here's some of these rock walls that we were talking about, these terraces. I think what they do is they build up these rock ledges and then they backfill everything with dirt. And I think these irrigation systems were also built long time ago. Yeah,
It's so cool that you just get to walk through history.
Yeah, and really old history. I mean, it stands to reason that these could be some of the oldest irrigation channels, dating back to almost 1,500 years, and it's crazy that they're still in use today.
My favorite thing about this hike is that we barely see anybody else on it. Like, we stayed at the lodge last night and there's clearly other hikers, but this morning we've passed one tour group and that's literally it. Like, we just have this entire canyon to ourselves, which is not something we're very accustomed to while hiking, and it's so nice. Like, all we can hear are little birds chirping, the rush of the waterfall. It's really nice.
Wow, first off, look at how pretty that is. Wow. But second off, look at this trail that we've got to go up. And you can actually even see some people on it right now. Whew, are you ready for it? I'm gonna zoom out. Oh my God.
What's really scary, like, those switchbacks look pretty steep, but maybe doable, but like once you get up,
You can't even see the trail.
it just looks like it's straight up. I see a sign for pool. That's exciting.
Hola. Is it Eden Lodge?
Eden?
Eden? Yeah. See? Oh, gracias. Wow. Oh my God, it's so blue. Wow. Another really nice room. Big shower.
I'm impressed by these big, beautiful windows.
Outlets. Decent sized bed. This is not bad. Yeah, Wi-Fi all over the property.
In one of the most remote places we've been.
Can we get to that pool?
Yes.
Okay.
We are currently at the Eden Lodge in Sangalli. This is one of the pools that we can see from hiking down, and it is as good as the next.
I cannot believe it, but there's no one else here. We passed 2 people all day.
We actually planning on hiking this trail a day earlier, but this place was like totally filled up, so we pushed it back a day so we could stay here, and I'm pretty psyched that we have this pool to ourselves right now.
Cheers.
We've done hut-to-hut hiking before, which is kind of what this is, but we've definitely never
ended with a beautiful pool in this canyon. This is a really cool experience. It's a little bit before 6 a.m. We just had our breakfast and we're about to hit the trail for the last time.
It's about 4,000 feet of elevation up. We've got to get to a bus just before 12. So we've got 6 hours or like an hour and a half per mile. Still no sun above the horizon yet, but it's coming soon. This place is so epic. Man, we keep seeing the sun climb down the side of this hill and we're racing it. My goal is to get halfway up before direct sunlight touches my skin. I don't know if this is actually basalt.
All of this canyon, well, all of these mountains surrounding it, I think were formed by volcanic eruptions and then carved by the river. And it's just so cool to see the remnants of all the volcanic activity everywhere. I love seeing stuff like this. Like, it's just kind of crazy to think about how our Earth has changed over the course of millions of years. Also, look at this view.
I know, this is incredible. Okay, back to it. We're just past 1,800 feet, which means we've made it halfway up the elevation. I couldn't find a single record of somebody on all trails hiking this trail clockwise, but I think I finally understand why. This part of the trail has been in the shade for like the vast majority of this hike up today. And man, I am so grateful for it. We passed people going up the other side who did go clockwise, and from like 6:30 a.m. on, there is absolutely zero shade.
It was hard, honestly, even going downhill because you just feel these like waves of heat hitting you. I can't imagine hiking uphill in that.
You got this, Schmidt. We're almost there. I cannot believe we are gonna make it up to the canyon rim in 3 hours. Look at what's up there.
Woo, woo, woo.
We made it. Wow. 8:45, Jess. 2 hours, 45 minutes. Great job.